Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about unfortunate love, Malishka bailed Rishi out of jail and Rishi refused to drink alcohol after he remembered Lakshmi. Let's continue. Lakshmi thanks Malishka for getting Rishi out of jail. Malishka tells Lakshmi that he is Rishi and she can do anything for him. Lakshmi looks on. Malishka says, how can I bear to see Rishi in a big problem? Lakshmi says only the close ones can do this and she thanks her. Lakshmi goes. Malishka comes to Rishi and asks him not to worry. Mr. Joshi is a good lawyer and he will not leave the girl. Virendra asks Rishi to take some rest. Karishma asks Rishi not to go to the office tomorrow. She says we will deal with the matter. Malishka says stay at home and rest, and you don't need to be there on the news channels. Rano comes home and tells Neha that she has gotten a bowl full of sugar for her. Neha is watching the news of Rishi's arrest. Rano feels pity on Neha. Neha says it is a good chance for us because Lakshmi had argued with you when you said that rich guys runs after girls, and Lakshmi replies that Rishi is not like you said. Rano asks Neha to call Lakshmi on the phone. Lakshmi comes to the room calling Rishi and she picks Rano's call thinking that she might have gotten worried. She greets Rano. Rano asks if Lakshmi is alive until now. Lakshmi asks, what do you mean? Rano tells Lakshmi that you have seen Rishi's truth now. I have warned you not to marry him. He played with your respect and he would also go out to have an affair. She asks her to repent for not listening to her. She says you are neither of the house nor of the guard and asks if she will leave characterless Rishi or stay there with him. Lakshmi asks Rano to stop it. Rishi comes there and hides listening to their conversation. Lakshmi tells Rano that Rishi is not characterless and it can never be wrong, and whoever is thinking him wrong is wrong, and says I know Rishi well. He cannot do wrong with anyone. He respects women a lot and he saved even me when someone misbehaved with me. Lakshmi tells Rano that when everyone were against me, even you called me characterless, then Rishi was with me and he stood with me. She says the person who can fight for someone's respect can never play with someone's respect. Lakshmi tells Rano that after my father that I respect very much, then it is Rishi that is next, and says he deserves dishonesty, humbleness and truthfulness. Lakshmi says Rishi can bear anything, but he cannot let anything wrong happen to anyone, not to any woman. Rano tells Lakshmi that it is shown on the TV how Rishi misbehaved with a woman. Lakshmi says everyone has a misunderstanding. She says I will not hear anything against my husband. Rano asks Lakshmi, are you threatening me? Lakshmi says I am supporting my husband and says whoever doesn't respect my husband, I will not respect them and I will not talk to that person. Rano tells Lakshmi that if you think that Rishi is not wrong, then you might be right, and she ends the call. She tells Neha that Lakshmi cannot hear anything against Rishi. Rishi gets touched hearing Lakshmi's trust on him. Neha tells Rano that even she feels the same and says that if Rishi wanted to have an affair, then I was not bad. She says she was better than this girl. Rano asks Neha to become like Lakshmi. Rishi comes to Lakshmi and asks if she wants to say something. Lakshmi asks, what do you want to have for food? Rishi says he doesn't want to have food. He says, I am innocent and I haven't done anything. I wanted to tell you, but I thought you don't know me much. Lakshmi tells Rishi that an entire life is not needed to understand someone, especially when the relationship are connected by art. She says, didn't you understand? Rishi knows that no. Lakshmi asks Rishi to close his eyes and think if she can do anything wrong with anyone. Rishi closes his eyes and then opens his eyes and says, I don't think that you can do anything wrong with anyone. Lakshmi says, even I feel the same for you. Rishi says, I did something wrong with someone. Lakshmi says it must be for the good of others, and in such case, God forgives that person. Lakshmi tells Rishi that different people have different perspectives and says what is not good and right is trust breaking or betrayal, and says it should not happen. Rishi says, I want to tell you something. Lakshmi asks if it is about her. Rishi says about us. Lakshmi says I don't want to hear it. I mean I would hear it, but don't take this headache tablet. Rishi tells Lakshmi that I don't get sleep without having this tablet. Lakshmi says she will do a massage for him. Rishi says I don't like it, but it is okay. He says you are good. Lakshmi says just good. Rishi says very good. Lakshmi asks Rishi to sit and get oil massage done. Ayush tells Malishka that Rishi will not come to the office today. Virendra comes there. Ayush tells Virendra that tomorrow the meetings are lined up and if the meeting couldn't happen tomorrow, then it will be postponed for 5 months. Virendra says Rishi is more important than work. Malishka says she is going to sleep in Sonia's room and she asks Ayush to talk to her if there is something. Lakshmi asks Rishi to close his eyes as she massages his head. Rishi closes his eyes and feels sleepy. He sleeps on the sofa while Lakshmi is massaging his head. Lakshmi calls Rishi and then makes him sleep on the sofa properly. She asks God why good people have to bear so much. Don't punish Rishi. Punish me but not him. She asks God to give Rishi some sparkle in his eyes as before. She rests her head on the sofa while sitting down on the floor and she sleeps. A song plays in the background. In the morning, Sanjay eyes the newspaper. Virendra asks Sanjay to give the newspapers to him. Sanjay gives him and goes. Virendra reads the news. Neelam asks Virendra to give the papers. Virendra says it is also fake news. Don't read it. She insists. Neelam reads the headlines in which it is written that Rishi was arrested for molestation and he got released on bail. She gets angry and throws the paper away. Karishma and Malishka comes there. Karishma reads the newspapers and she gets shocked. They switch on the TV and hears the news about Rishi trending on every news channel. Neelam says it is all nonsense. They just want the news. They don't care if it is real or fake. She asks Virendra to do something and says our son's name is getting ruined. Malishka asks Neelam not to take tension. Neelam says Rishi has our values and he is mentally tortured because of this false accusation. She asks Lakshmi to call Rishi. Lakshmi says Rishi is still sleeping even till now. Neelam asks until now. Virendra says I got sleeping pills from you, so maybe he is still sleeping because of the sleeping pills. Lakshmi tried to talk but just then, Rishi comes there and says I did not have the sleeping pills last night. Neelam asks him. He says he is fine. Rishi asks if they are still having tea. Virendra asks how can I miss the tea that is made by Lakshmi. Malishka goes to Rishi and says I am with you. All of us are with you. Lakshmi serves tea to everyone. Grandma asks Lakshmi to bring the sleeping pills and return it to Lakshmi. Ayush comes there. Rishi asks, where are you going? Ayush says he is going to the office and he asks Rishi to chill at home. Rishi says he will bring Mr. Teneja's files. Malishka asks Rishi to ask Lakshmi to bring the file. Rishi says Lakshmi doesn't know where it is. Neelam asks Virendra to talk to the lawyer. Virendra says I talked to the lawyer and he said we have to go to the court hearing. Karishma says you mean that we have to go to the court? Virendra says yes. Rishi comes to the room and opens the cupboard. Lakshmi asks if he needs anything. Rishi says I am not going to the office today. The media will be there and some drama would happen. He says Malishka suggested to me not to go to the office today. Lakshmi says but and says okay. Rishi asks Lakshmi to talk. Lakshmi asks Rishi that so you are not going to the office due to people because you are scared of them. Rishi says I haven't done anything wrong and I am not scared. I just want to avoid them. Lakshmi tells Rishi that the media will talk more if you avoid them. Don't think about them. Care for your loved ones, for your family and for the ones who cares for you, and says others doesn't think about you and they will not decide what you will do or not. Rishi tells Lakshmi that the circumstances doesn't permit him to go to the office. Lakshmi says if you stay back at home, then they will talk more about you and they will think that this is all true. She says your hotel staff is like your family. I have seen how well you have relationship with everyone. Lakshmi tells Rishi that lie's age is not long and truth never dies. She says the truth will come out and she asks if she said too much. Rishi says you are talking like Nanaji. He also thinks the same, being brave and bold. Rishi tells Lakshmi that Nanaji keeps his point well. He says yesterday I got angry on the media and I was about to raise my hand. Lakshmi says don't reply to them. I would answer them. He asks her to take out his clothes and says he will come back. Ayush asks Grandma that really, Rishi told you that he got sleep without taking the sleeping pills. Grandma says I don't make false stories like your mother. Ayush says don't say this regarding my mother. Grandma says she is my daughter first before becoming your own mother. Rishi comes to everyone and says that he is going to the office. Neelam gets surprised. Malishka says there will be people at the office and we don't know what they will say. Rishi says which people? Should I be afraid of people who doesn't even know anything about me? Rishi tells everyone that if I sit at home, then I will strengthen their doubt and says they are nothing to me. They will talk about me and comment on me, but I don't care about them. He recalls Lakshmi's words and says if I care about people, then what about those who stays in the same house with me? Rishi tells everyone that I trust you all fully, that you people trust me. He says this is a difficult time. We will not be scared and we should face it. Lie might be big, but its age is less, and truth never dies, and it would eventually comes in front of everyone. He asks Grandma if he is right. Grandma says yes. Rishi says, I will go to the office now. Malishka tells Rishi that I still feel that it is a bad decision for you to go to the office today. Rishi says, I have a meeting with our foreign investors, but Ayush says that he has cancelled the meeting. Rishi tells Ayush that we will tell our investors that the meeting would hold and they will not refuse. If the meeting doesn't happen today, then it will be postponed for 5 months and their company will suffer loss if the project delays. He asks Virendra if he did right. Virendra asks him to go. Neelam asks Rishi not to worry about people's words. Rishi says, you made your son strong. It will be fine. He hugs Neelam and looks at Lakshmi. Lakshmi smiles. Neelam says Rishi is looking better. She says I should call Nanaji. He was asking about Rishi. Virendra asks Lakshmi if she convinced Rishi to go to the office. He says everyone asked him to stay at home. Lakshmi smiles. Virendra says I felt good that you became his strength and you became his courage. He says you are smart. And how did you do the magic? How did you make him sleep without using the sleeping pills? Lakshmi says I cannot tell you. It is between husband and wife. Malishka hears them and gets angry. Virendra tells Lakshmi that this is why Rishi got late in bringing Mr. Teneja's file. You both were busy pouring out your mind to each other. Lakshmi says that Rishi has forgotten the file at home. Virendra asks Lakshmi to go to the office and give the file to Rishi. Lakshmi decided to go to Rishi's office and give him the file. Okay guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like the video, share it, and I will see you all again in my next video. Thank you.